You've heard it your whole life. Real estate builds wealth, it's the best investment, rich people buy real estate. But every time you try to actually learn how it works, you either get lost in the jargon or overwhelmed by the options, or realize pretty quickly that whoever's explaining it is really just trying to sell you a course. So you close the tab, you tell yourself you'll come back to it, and months go by, sometimes years, and you never get involved. Does this sound familiar? Here's what I want to do in this video. I want to explain real estate investing to you the way I'd explain it to a friend just sitting across the table from me. Just a clear, honest explanation of how real estate actually works from someone who's been doing it for over 20 years. And by the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly how real estate builds wealth, what the two paths into it look like, and what a real deal actually produces when all the numbers are laid out in front of you. That's it. Let's go. If we haven't met yet, my name's Adam Williams. I'm the founder and CEO of Elevest Capital, a private equity firm based in Scottsdale, Arizona. Last year alone, we completed over $200 million in multifamily transactions, and we added over 1,300 units to our portfolio. I've been investing in real estate since 2004. I've done over 250 single-family deals, invested passively in dozens of multifamily deals, and now I personally invest and operate large apartment communities alongside our investors. Let's start with the one thing that makes real estate completely different from every other investment out there. One word: leverage. Here's what I mean. Let's say you have $200,000 to invest. You put it in the stock market like most people do. You now control $200,000 worth of stocks. That's it, dollar for dollar. Now let's say on the other hand, you have the same $200,000 and you use it as a down payment on a $1 million apartment building. The bank lends you the other $800,000. And here's the key part. You own the whole thing, the entire $1 million asset, not just the $200,000 slice, all of it. Every dollar of appreciation on that property is yours. All the cash flow is yours. All the tax benefits are yours on a $1 million asset that you bought with $200,000. That's leverage. And no other asset class gives you access to it the way real estate does. Now think about what that means in real terms. If that $1 million property goes up 10% in value, it's now worth $1.1 million. You just made $100,000 on a $200,000 investment. That's 50% return on your money, not 10%. If your stocks go up 10%, you made $20,000 on a $200,000 investment. That's a 10% return. Same market conditions, wildly different results because of leverage. That mechanic alone is why real estate has created more millionaires than any other asset class in history. And real estate is also the largest asset class in the entire world. Now, here's something most people don't realize. Real estate doesn't build wealth one way. It builds wealth 4 ways at the same time. While you're holding the property, 4 separate things are working in your favor simultaneously. Let me walk you through all 4. Number 1, cash flow. This is the most obvious one. You own a rental property, tenants pay rent. After you pay your mortgage, your taxes, your insurance, and your maintenance costs, whatever's left over is yours to keep. That's cash flow. Money that shows up every single month, whether you go to work or not. And on a well-structured deal, cash flow is real and it's consistent. It's not a number on a screen that goes up and down with the market. It's actual money deposited into your bank account every single month like clockwork. Number 2, appreciation. Real estate goes up in value over time, not every year, not in every market cycle, but over a meaningful time horizon, 5, 10, 20 years, well-located real estate in markets with strong demand consistently increases in value. And remember, you're getting the appreciation on the full value of the asset, not just your down payment. That's the leverage mechanic working in your favor again. Number 3, debt paydown. This one is my favorite. Every single month, your tenants pay rent. And every month, a portion of that mortgage payment goes towards paying down the loan balance. Your equity on the property grows, not because the value went up, but because the debt went down. Now here's the beautiful part. You didn't pay that mortgage, your tenants did. They're building your equity for you every single month. You're just the one who owns the asset. And over a 5-year hold period on a $1 million property with a standard loan, you might have $50,000 to $75,000 in equity growth just from the debt paydown alone. Money you didn't work for, money your tenants created for you. Number 4, the tax advantages. This is where real estate really separates itself from every other investment class. The IRS allows real estate investors to depreciate the value of the property over time. Depreciation is a paper loss, a non-cash expense you can use to offset the income your property produces. What that means in plain English is this: your property might be generating $50,000 a year in cash flow, but after depreciation, you might report little to no taxable income on it. You're collecting real money and paying almost nothing in taxes on it. On top of that, there's the 1031 exchange, a rule that lets you sell one investment property and roll the proceeds into another without paying capital gains taxes. You can keep deferring that tax bill indefinitely as you grow your portfolio. And if the property eventually passes to your heirs, they get what's called a stepped up basis, which can eliminate that deferred tax entirely. No other investment gives you all four of these at the same time: cash flow, appreciation, debt paydown, and the tax advantages. All four every single year from one asset. Okay, so now you understand how real estate builds wealth. The next question is, how do you actually get into it? How do you get started? There are two paths, and they're very different. The first path is active investing. You find the deal yourself, you manage the property yourself, you make all the decisions: which tenants to approve, when to do repairs, when to raise the rents, when to sell. You get full control, full upside, and you get the full responsibility. This path is great if you have the time, the interest, and the willingness to learn a whole new skill set. A lot of people love it. They love being hands-on, they love the control, and when done well, it can be extremely rewarding. But it's also a job, a second job on top of whatever you're already doing. If you're a doctor, an attorney, or a business owner who's already working 60 hours a week, active real estate investing may not be realistic for where you are right now. So the second path is passive investing. This is my sweet spot and what I've been doing for over 20 years. Here's how it works. You invest your capital alongside a professional operator. That operator finds the deal, manages the property, handles everything operational. You're what's called a limited partner. You still get all four wealth building benefits: cash flow, appreciation, debt paydown, and the tax advantages. You just don't have to do any of the work to get them. You're not a landlord. You don't get midnight calls about broken pipes. You don't screen tenants or manage contractors. You invest, the operator executes, and the income flows back to you. Neither path is better than the other. They're right for different people at different points in their life. If you've got the time and you want the control, active might be your path. If you want the benefits of real estate without becoming a second job, passive is probably worth exploring seriously. Now let's put some real numbers to this so it's not abstract. On a 100-unit apartment community, let's say the purchase price is $10 million, the operator puts down $3 million in equity and finances the rest. You invest $200,000 as a passive, limited partner. Here's what happens over a 5-year hold. Cash flow. The property generates income after expenses and debt service. At a 4% cash-on-cash return on your $200,000 investment, that's $8,000 a year, or $667 a month, coming to you throughout the hold period. Now let's talk about appreciation. The operator improves the property and they push rents towards market, and the asset increases in value. And at exit, the property sells for, say, $13 million. That's $3 million in appreciation on a $10 million purchase. Your share of the upside comes back to you at closing. Now let's talk about the debt paydown. Over 5 years, the loan balance drops as the mortgage gets paid down by the rental income. More equity built, more value in the deal at exit. And finally, the tax advantages. Throughout the hold, your share of the depreciation offsets your cash flow distributions. And in many cases, you're receiving $667 a month and paying little to no tax on it. And over 5 years, you've collected the monthly income cash flow, you've participated in appreciation, you've benefited from the equity growth, and you've done it in one of the most tax-efficient structures available to any investor in any investment vehicle. That's real estate, working all 4 ways at the exact same time. Okay, now this is the most important part for you to remember. The most common mistake I see from people who want to get into real estate is they wait until they feel ready. And you never really feel ready, because the gap between understanding something and actually doing it doesn't close by reading more articles or watching more videos. It closes by taking one small specific step. That step is not buying a deal tomorrow. It's not quitting your job and becoming a full-time investor. The step is just having the right conversation with someone who actually does this, getting the answers to your questions, deciding whether you want to be active or passive, and getting in the game. Most people who've been thinking about real estate for years are one conversation away from clarity. So I would tell you, don't let another year go by. Let's get you in the game now. Feel free to reach out to my office and we'll answer all the questions you have so you can determine if real estate is right for you. The link to book a call is in my bio. I'll see you there.